Hey, welcome guys. It's Jai here. Today I want to show you through a business that we've been working on inside the Six Figure Business Map. This is Jacynta. She's based in Australia and she was in the Done For You program. And that is where, like, I set up some ads, sales pages, the whole back end of a business and everything. And we've been working together slowly through ideas, offers, price guides, everything else. So everything about a business has been broken down and it's inside the business map for everybody that's in the business map right now. So you can see what we've done and how we've overcome a lot of challenges. So today I actually want to talk about overcoming a challenge. And this is going to help you a lot, especially with making money, especially if you're running ads, because ads are they can be hard. They can be really hard because you got to have your offer correct and you got to have really good creative. Without those two, it's really, really hard. So let's get into it. I want to show you. We spent a roughly around 3,400 Australian dollars. No, sorry, 4,400 Australian dollars, roughly about that. The first $3,000 went to a lot of leads and a lot of learning, but didn't really go to any bookings for quite a few reasons. But one reason is Jacynta she wasn't very good at sales and she had a bit of a knowledge gap there. So she's been like relentlessly working on that and really leveling up. And she is like hit some leaps and bounds and really doing really well. The stark difference between someone that doesn't know sales and someone that does know sales is like someone that makes money and someone that doesn't make money. So it's been a really cool process seeing her like dive right into that and take full control and responsibility. So that's the first issue. The second issue is we were running ads, but we didn't have an irresistible offer. Now, Jacinta didn't have many leads for next year, so she was ready to do whatever it takes. So we came to the conclusion, like, what if we create this offer, which is a limited time offer, to book a wedding and receive a fine art album valued at $3,000. Now, don't forget, it doesn't cost Jacinta $3,000 to make an album. That is what it's valued for her clients, okay? And if she's got no clients for next year, then it's like, why not put something out like this, where she can hook people in and make a lot, like a good cash infusion in a business. I want to show you the big difference that it made. Now, prior to putting in this offer, and actually this video wasn't here before. So it was like sort of struggling a little bit. We went ahead, put in this offer, the next 5 people to book her services on this sales page. They got an album. So if you come down here, have a look, you got her prices. And then we put it down here. For the next 5 couples only, get a free wedding album. And we put a couple of photos of those wedding albums as well. And then exactly what it all is. So you know that it's something really valuable. We had that locked in at the top. And it's like red. So not too far off the brand, but I didn't want to keep it the same color as the brand because I really did want it to stand out, especially when someone comes from an ad and then clicks on her stuff. Now her stuff looks really good, her work's really good and everything, but just the offer is something that like pushed people over the line. So if we go and have a look at her ads, we've been running 2 types of ads. Let me just do a full maximum breakdown. One is just a sales page ad for leads, and that goes to her audience that doesn't know who she is. So just a cold audience. And then I've got a retarget ad, and the retarget ad is to people that have visited her website, the ads, her Instagram, and all that good stuff. Now, if we have a look here, you can see, of course, the retarget one's going to be much cheaper leads, so that's kind of one reason why we do that, where this is like at $99 per lead at the moment. So you can see here, that means we've spent around about $3,900 on this one. So per lead, and we can make that much lower as well. But a lot of people would look at that and go like, man, I spent $100 and I've got no leads. But you can see that those that get successful, they're pumping some money into here, and it takes a little while. Because one thing I want to say is Jacinta actually did get a lot of leads. She's had between like 40 and 50 or 60 leads so far. And she was booking like almost none of them. And that was a sales thing, but also it wasn't an irresistible offer. So now that we have a look, we're spending 20 Australian dollars per day on just to an audience that doesn't know her. And we'll look into that. And then $3 a day into that retarget audience. So if I go into this one and say edit, so we can see how we broke it down, $20 a day. Sorry, we'll go here. And so Newcastle and surrounds is where she is located. And we have just the age range just as it normally would be. We changed the status relationship to engaged. And then we've got a pretty wide variety. So it's just Newcastle, Sydney, and a few areas around where she is and where she services. And that's pretty much it for all the targeting. Then it all comes down to the creative. And if we have a look at the ads themselves, um, we were running these ads where we were like spending a lot of money. I actually just turned some off, just for argument's sakes as well, which I just turned these two off. So we were running a lot of ads. You can see here. That was just generic basically. And there wasn't, it's just like a pretty picture and whatever. And we were getting like one lead for $300 or one lead for $219. So those ones didn't do very well. But here's the thing, a lot of people just run pretty pictures and nothing else and then hope for the best. And then they get these kind of results and then they wonder why it's not working. This one here, $86 a lead, got 4 leads there. So this one here works pretty well. So we've got this one on. Funny, hey? So that's why you want to have lots and lots of ads. So we've been running, I think we've had 17 ads running so far, and we've been slowly turning off the low performer ones, as you can see, and then we've still got the high performer ones. But the highest performing ad one was this one for a long time, which is just a picture of Jacynta herself. Oops, got another one ticked, don't I? So if you have a look at this one, previews, just a photo of her, and it's like, hey, you keep seeing my ads, it's really personable, it's got lots of interactions because that's what happens when you show a photo of yourself. So that one did really well. But then the one that really changed the game, if you have a look here, 14 leads. This is a brand new ad. So 14 leads, and then we introduced the free album valued at $3,000, limited to the next 5 couples only, and we really kind of screamed home about that offer. Now, the offer really pushed people over the line. So just to put things into perspective, we spent about $3,000, had no bookings, and then Jacynta was feeling really disheartened. Like, what do we do here? We changed the offer, and the next $1,400, she booked, first of all, it was $24,000 worth of work, Australian. And then since then, she just booked another, she said about $10,000 worth of work. So roughly between $30,000 and $40,000 worth of work of that last $1,400 that we just spent. Now, that's got to blow your mind, because the difference is, she could be spending, without an offer, she could just keep running these ads forever and she just will get no work. And then after a while, she just spent a lot of money. So the way I look at it is, why not create a really irresistible offer? And she can create another offer straight after this. So she could do, like, once this one's finished, she could do another one as like free engagement session or something totally different. It doesn't really matter. But if you're looking to fill your calendar for 2026 and you're feeling like you've got no money and there's no bookings happening, there's just a really easy way to do it. And she can scale this up now. So if she's just booked from that last, $2,000 ad spend, she just booked $30,000 to $40,000. There's no reason why she couldn't 10x that and book $300,000 to $400,000 worth of work based on making an irresistible offer and then running ads on it, like you can see what she's doing right here. And she could do that over the next couple of months and fully book out 2026. So it's really easy now to double down, because what she will do is she needs to make some more ads just like these ones and start replacing the ones that are not working. So maybe this one here, not necessarily this one's not working, but like we can start replacing ones like this, if that makes sense. And so as she gets more dialed in, the leads become cheaper, and as she gets better at selling, then she needs to sell to less leads. Like if she could sell to all of them, then she would be doing really, really well. Then she's like printing money, literally. And that's kind of where we want to get to. We want to get so good at sales that we can convert all the leads that we get. Otherwise, we're just wasting money. And we want to make an irresistible offer so people sell themselves when they get onto your website and onto your sales page. And so they're more compelled to click and talk to you, and then they feel like they're winning the deal. They're getting something big, but you're also getting something big, because the way that business works is it is the average of how much that you make, and it is the average order spend that you get from clients, right? So a lot of the times we get it wrong because we're trying to increase our prices individually. But what we need to do is we need to increase the volume of how much people actually spend, because what she can do now is she could upsell. Hey, you've already got a wedding album. Buy a second one for $1,500 for your parents. And then that means it would pay for the albums, and that means it would pay for the ads. She can upsell tons of different things from this now as well. Even for the album, she could upsell just a couple more spreads inside the album. That would pay for the whole album. So she's got a lot of options now because she's got levers that she's pulling. She's not just, surface based. I'm just trying to charge my clients as much as possible. She's got an irresistible offer, and when they come down, they spend 7.5 grand with her. But do you think she minds spending $500 on producing an album for her clients? Absolutely not. No problem at all. Let's make that happen. And then she can definitely upsell a second photographer, some videographers, an engagement session, extra albums, and things like that. And she can really increase that average order spend and start scaling up a business, hiring some more people to help with admin, paying for AI and like sales and the business map and all that kind of stuff. So you can really see how your investment explodes and how easy life gets when this happens. So really exciting. If you're running ads right now, please just like have a real deep think about, go and have a wine, have a bath, put some bath salts in, just sit there and just think about what's an irresistible offer that would get you over the line. So what's something that would get you over the line, get you really, really excited about booking yourself, and then create something. And usually it's more irresistible if you've got no work at all, man. Like I'd be laying it all out, just to get people in. You know this. I've shot weddings for free, and I literally would do that, and then be upselling stuff on the back end of those things. Like prints to all the people, and because the problem is, if you don't have any work, your business is stale, and you don't want to have a business that's like there's no demand. That is absolutely the worst. It's worse for like your mental health, the way that you see your business. Your clients all see that on social media. Like there's just nothing going on. So you're better off having you as a client and booking as much as you can. So you're just busy and you got content, you got stuff going on everywhere. And then we flip that, and then we get systems in place, and then we get the proper pricing happening. And then that's how we build a successful business, because from there you've got so much leverage and so much bounce. You expand in every way possible with your network, with your net worth, with your portfolio, with who your connections, all that kind of stuff. Like everything expands. Your knowledge on sales, your knowledge of ads, the offers, the ones that work and the ones that don't, because you're going to find out which ones work and which ones don't. And I think that's really important. So yeah, that's it. Jacynta has now finished the Done For You, and she's going to be inside the business map alongside everybody else that's hustling and doing all this kind of stuff. And the business map's actually open for enrollment right now. If you do want to join, hit me up. You can get great and returns on investments with all this kind of stuff. And with the Done For You, I do go through and show you exactly how we've built these businesses from every detail. How do we get AI to chat with our clients to convert them, and the sales pages, how do we build those, how do we set up the ads, how do we set up the offers, what's the creative, what's working the best, what's working the least, how do we overcome obstacles, all that kind of stuff. And in 2026, I'm going to introduce a WhatsApp group so we can like get so all this kind of stuff. If something's not working, you can just like talk straight to me, straight to the community, and get accountability and all that kind of stuff. So really, really exciting. So that's it. Thanks so much for watching. And yeah, really excited to see Jacynta scale up and for her to be the big success story she's going to be in 2026.